That's the dog's handiwork right there. Dogs like to destroy dog-shaped things. You know. They like to destroy many shaped things. That thing's just included. You can kind of see his... Like, I used to have a face! I used to be a thing! I used to resemble a thing, but now I'm just stuffing in a weird fabric thing that looks like hair, but not really, but sort of in a stuffed animal kind of quality. You know, whatever! Hey guys, Robert Winchester here. This is the Robert Winchester that you're looking for. So I don't know if anybody's noticed, it's past Christmas, you know, Merry Belated Christmas, or whatever. Not that I've ever in the past said Merry Christmas to you guys, and I probably won't at any other point in time, because I'm not that regular of an uploader, but whatever. The point is, I was wanting to do another cartoon before the end of the year, and here we are on the... I had to check the date, because I'm stupid. The 30th! We are pretty close to the end of the year, like 2 days. It'll be 2019. It has been an interesting year for me. You know, been quite interesting. Got a lot of animations done. A lot more than I usually do. You know, usually I get like 1 or 2, and this year I got like 8? 8 or 9 or something. I kind of lost track somewhere near the boner one. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, I got kind of burnt out. I was working really, really hard up until like Christmas Eve. I was like working up until like, it was like 3 in the morning or something, 3 or 4 in the morning, and I still wasn't anywhere near done. Like, I was probably at the halfway point. I had a lot of work to do, and like, I was hoping up until then that if I just hauled balls, I'd be able to get there if I just, you know, really pushed myself. And like, I got closer than I probably otherwise would have, because like the script in question that I made for Christmas, okay, now you know how Zomblums took like 5 weeks to do. That was a pretty intense one. I was still learning things, I was still figuring out exactly how I wanted to do things, whatever. This one's twice the goddamn size. Okay, so what was I expecting? I was expecting a miracle, but I'm also using a different method for doing the animations themselves. Like, Zomblums had like a waypoint system, so like it used a lot of like it used a lot of weird animation techniques to get the job done, to give me like full customization. But that took a lot of time because obviously I was having to do that for every single frame. And then this new one was more of a thing where I would just animate the character doing something and then just use it whenever I wanted them to do that one thing. And so instead of having to customize every couple of seconds, I was just throwing in animation clips, and that was helping. It was helping, and it looked a little bit better. The hands weren't doing all kinds of weird things in between. So, I mean, it looked about as natural as it possibly could, given what I was doing with it. But still, I got like 6 or 7 minutes of animation. It's kind of done. They still needed working, and I still had the other half to do. And you know, I didn't hit the Christmas deadline, and it kind of bummed me out. After I missed the deadline, I was thinking maybe I would get it done, but like I was so bummed that I didn't hit the deadline that I've kind of been dicking around with game creation again. It's kind of one of my fallbacks. You know, I go back and forth between animation and game design, animation and game design. The thing about game design that sucks is that I never finish anything. Like I'll create like a demo and I'll work on it for like years on end, and that's typically how long it takes for like a company or even like a single person or like a small group of people. That's how long it'll take for them to finish a game, and that's how long it takes for me to make a demo. That's how slow I am, and it drives me nuts. But like I do desperately wish that I could do something like that. Like that's I always get ideas for games. I always get ideas for all kinds of things. I'm not always able to use them, which is why I like animation, because at least I'm able to actually output something. I'm able to actually create something people can enjoy. And this past year has just been me, like, intensely doing that. Just putting myself out there, taking my ideas out of my brain and vomiting them onto the internet scene. And it's been working decently, you know? I mean, not getting a whole lot of exposure for it. A lot of people are giving me slack. My fans enjoy my work, you know. And thank you for enjoying and watching my stuff and everything, guys. But I mean, obviously, I haven't really been gaining much in viewership, which is to be expected, I guess. I started as a Flash animator, so whatever. They're gonna be like, oh, it's 3D. Pfft, I'll just hold my breath until he starts doing Flash again, which, FYI, isn't happening. Um, Point is, I've been bummed about missing the deadline, bummed about letting myself down, and every time I mention this on my Facebook group or whatever, everybody's always like, oh well, it's cool, Rob, just don't kill yourself doing this. And it's like, they'll tell me to drive myself crazy, but it's like, you can't drive somebody crazy if they're already there. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of a thing. And if there's background stuff going on, the dogs are running around. I got a dog for Christmas. That was fun. His name's Buster. He's a Rottweiler Basset Hound mix. So he's got a giant head and he's got short legs. Short legs, giant head. He's a fun puppy. So it's the end of the year. New Year's resolution. Planning on going back into animation. Maybe give myself a couple more weeks of fiddling around with game design, maybe. Because I like the game design idea that I have, but the thing is, I always end up working myself into a corner when it comes to bugs and stuff, and I'm not the best bug tester. If something happens and it messes up my flow, and I'll end up wasting weeks and weeks trying to diagnose this one fucking problem, and then nothing happens of it, and then I just get discouraged, and then I move on to some animation thing, or I just find some other outlet for my time. I'll start playing a game or something. So I expect myself to be working on that maybe a little bit longer, and then getting over the depression of not finishing, and then moving on to something else. I do plan on finishing the Christmas animation, but I don't think I'm gonna release it until next Christmas. I figure you guys got Halloween and Thanksgiving this year. I didn't get all three. Whatever. This will be a good one for next year. I'll be able to actually get it done on time, and then release it in a timely manner, not a couple weeks after the fucking holiday. Nobody wants that. I don't want that. So, no. The point is, the people that worked on it, you guys have made it so much easier for me to actually get stuff done. It's not just a Rob fest, it's a everybody fest, and it sounds fucking awesome, and I'm enjoying it. So that's cool. It'd probably be better for it to look good than for me to just rush something out and just shrug my shoulders and go, whatever! That's just how it is! You take it with your lumps. Don't care. Have fun. Bye-bye. Nothing like that. I got a little derailed. Point is, this coming year, my plan is to try and branch myself out, to try and branch my channel out. My roommate's going to be moving soon, and then I'm going to be a lot less self-conscious when it comes to making videos like this. The roommate's gone right now. And so, I imagine that once she and her kids leave, I'll have the place to myself, and I'll be able to actually focus and bunker down on what it is that I'm wanting to do. Actually, devote all of my time to it. Because right now, this has just been, it's the time that I can muster, given everything going on. And, I gotta go to the store, I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that, I gotta drive people around, whatever. But once I'm able to bunker down, I'm hoping I should be able to pick up the pace a little bit. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. The system that I created, or not created, but where the system's at right now for animation, I'm actually kind of liking. So, since I'm using that, it's a bit simpler. I'll go into details about that shit later, but the point is, I'm hoping that that'll help me with the speed aspect of it all. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat 9 animations a year. I'm hoping, because that'd be nice. Another thing that I'm hoping to do sometime next year, Patreon's a thing. Everybody's always like, oh my god, Patreon! I'm a person that makes things on YouTube and releases them. I have a Patreon. Throw dollars at me. Whee! And since you throw dollars at me, I will do things for you that you don't get if you don't throw dollars at me. I'm interested in that. I've been interested for a year and a half, but I haven't really had the time to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to devote my time to it. I always feel weird about it. Because, it's never been a thing that I've been able to say that I do. I don't accept money from people, ever. No one's ever offered to give me money, ever. I think in the past, 4 or 5 years ago, people would be like, hey, start a Patreon account. And then 5 years later, I'm like, yeah, I might want to do that. 5 years after anybody gave a shit. the point is, I have an account up, but I haven't actually like initialized it, and so you can't actually do anything. I'm not sure what I would do with the account that'd be special. Like, I would do like, oh hey, you can go ahead and throw money at me, and I thought maybe I could have like a video release thing, like maybe like I could give like a weekly update on the cartoons I'm working on, like, you know, oh look at this, it's behind the scenes footage, or it's how an animation looks right at this second, like I'm still working on it, but hey, check it out, it's like a preview of things to come. And so I mean, that's a possibility, but I don't know. And then it could also just be like, oh hey, get onto my Patreon and you can have access to music files that I create and songs that, you know, download. It'd basically be like my website, what my website used to be, but it'd be on Patreon. And I'd do like behind the scenes things, maybe do like little exclusive blogs or something. I mean, I'm not sure. Like, what would you guys even want? What would you guys want from me in regards to like a Patreon thing? I don't know. Hi Lola. This is my puppy. Her name is Lola. She's a red hound, and she loves being pet all the time. She's very quiet. You know, she doesn't like to be left outside. She just likes to hang around the house and be pet and get love. That's what she does. She was my first puppy when I moved out, and when I started living with my roommate, she was my first puppy. We're taking a puppy break. Taking a puppy break. I want to travel a bit more. I had a thought that I ought to try and go to a convention at least once. I've never been to a convention before. Maybe that would help spread the word about me and what I do. I don't know. Hopefully by the time I get to a convention, my work will be good enough that I'll be able to start like actually presenting myself and saying, hey, this is my best work. This is what I can do. Check me out. Maybe you like it. Who knows? I mean, I know that I haven't been putting out my best, but it's been getting better. And the animation itself's kind of weird, but it's an improvement. It's like a, you know, it's steps in the process. So, are there any conventions you guys would like to see me go to? Because, I mean, I'm based near St. Louis, Missouri, so I mean, like, most conventions I'd have to travel for. And if there was like one really good one that I could go to that like wouldn't be like a insane amount of money to attend, like maybe that could be a thing. You know, I could take time off of work and go to it. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Is that a good idea? Is that dumb? Just tell me. I'm open to suggestion here when it comes to these things. I mean, I'm doing this for my fans, for you guys, and so you know. It's a multiple choice thing. You can do whatever you want to do. If you're wondering what the dog barking is in the background, that's Blair. She's my roommate's dog. She likes to bark. She's a pit bull. Big black pit bull. She likes to bark at everything. Now you know about all my dogs, so now you have to die. Nothing that'll take too much time out of my life, obviously, so no starting a chat server. People keep saying I need to start a chat server. I'm not a big chatter. It's not really my thing. So, you know, like anything else, I'm open to listening to it. I'm not going to promise I'm going to do any of it. I don't know. There's Blair. She is the black pit bull. She likes to bark at everything. Woo, 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 woo. Were you barking, Blair? Did you get the bad guys? Ladies and gentlemen, she got the bad guys. They're in her stomach right now. She ate them all. Barking was her letting me know that she got one. Bark, bark, got one. Bark, bark, got one. I am writing things! That sort of thing. So, I guess, leave your comments below, because there's no other cardinal direction you can put them in. You can't put comments in the top, because that would just take you somewhere else. You can't put it to the left or the right, because there aren't any, like, input dialogues there unless you have a Word thing open, you know, like a Word program. But then it's not even in the right goddamn window. So what are you doing? You know how to use a computer, all right? You know how to use this website. You've been watching this shit for this long. Nobody's new to YouTube. like nobody, unless you've just never seen a computer. If you've never seen a computer, you're not watching a Robert Winchester video. For fuck's sake, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, dude. All right, just don't do it. Don't do it. You want to do it? Don't do it. Okay, just don't be stupid. All right, come on. Blair's not impressed with my voices. She's not really impressed with anything I do. She looks at me and she goes, "Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing, Pops?" When I talk about my dogs, I like to think that they refer to me as Dad. It's a weird quirk of mine. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me all this time. Thank you for continuing to enjoy my content. I'm going to continue to make the content. I may take like a little bit of a break. A little bit? But the future is an oyster and you can pick it and eat it and, you know, pick it out of your teeth afterwards. Is that what you do with the food that you eat? Do you pick it out afterwards? You leave it in like a trophy? I don't know. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. What I do know is that I appreciate you. Pointing at my heart. That's the organ that appreciates. Okay? You can say love. No. I appreciate you in a professional respect. Okay? You and me, buddy. You and me. And Blair. Mostly you. A little bit of me. 70-30. 100%. 70? 30? 100. This equals 200% apparently. My math, it's off. But you know, whatever. Have a happy fucking New Year.